you always have two angels on your shoulder, the one of fear and confidence. Who you feed will grow. So I'm Tomi, of course, I'm Tomi. I'm a chartered HR professional, so I oversee recruitment, performance management, employee relations, and just general employee management in Europe at a leading maritime company. And I also started my career couch, that is my baby. So my career couch, I set it up to help international students, international Black students, graduates, immigrants, professionals in the diaspora, just launch and grow their careers in the UK, basically. Okay, I went to uni here, A-levels and A-levels uni, did my master's, but then I quickly went back home to Nigeria because that's where I wanted to grow up and start my adult life. But then life happens. I find myself back in the UK in 2018, and just trying to break into the job market, it was really tough. Really, really tough. And then rejection after rejection. And this is despite all the experience I already had back home, everything I was already doing, and I'm smart, I was like, why can't I get a job? And then looking back now, I think it was three things. One, just the lack of confidence being in a new country. I wasn't really selling myself as the, MVP that, the companies are looking for. And that lack of confidence was just me feeling like, can I really compete here? This isn't home. Second, leading to that, there's just lack of a network, right? So, back home, you have your friends, friends have friends, where to, you know who to ask for information. You just have that support system. I really didn't have that here. And, another thing that's really important these days is a personal brand. There was just no personal brand to me. So, these three things, it just kind of made it really, really hard for me to make any form of dent in the job market. So when I eventually learned that, okay, this is the way it's done here, these are the things you need, I intentionally started working on them. And once it clicked, once I kind of figured it out, I was like, fair enough. And then I just thought to myself, with the amount of students and, immigrants and people that move abroad, every year, there should be somewhere they can learn about these things, somewhere they can gain that confidence, somewhere that they could find help in there. Basically, I was just being the person I needed when I first moved to the UK. So, I focus on three things: sharing valuable content through my Instagram, my LinkedIn page. I also, lots of career mentoring, support, and then I offer tailored services because I also realized that, look, there's all this information out there, but when you're new, when you lack that confidence, when for lack of better, when you're scared, you just kind of need one more person, someone to just hold your hand through it. I love working with people. I love developing people. I honestly can't explain the joy when I help someone overcome a problem. And, it doesn't have to be some big and scary problem. It could just even be, I'm not really able to log on to my, health benefits today. I'm like, okay, let's see the problem. Let's work through it systematically. So what I really enjoy is people management, people development, helping people grow. Very first thing everyone needs is a mindset shift. And that's what took me the longest. Just realizing in my mind that, look, I can do it. There's really nothing to it, right? I can do it. Just telling myself I'm confident, affirming that, look, I have all this experience. The fact that maybe this company wants to interview me means I have shown something, I've already shown something in my application that they're interested in. So a huge part that we have to overcome, or that, that I have to overcome, is really just the confidence. I remember my very first interview when I moved here. We couldn't get to the end of the interview because I was just so nervous and I was breathing so hard. It's so funny when I think about it now. And I'm sure the lady on the phone was just like, this is awkward. It's really awkward. But, it was just, I couldn't catch my breath. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Like, a lot of it is mental. I think you overcome, or at least for me, you overcome it by doing. You learn by doing. So once you learn something, you put that into practice. When you see the results, you're just at least 10% more confident. And then that pushes you to do more, right? So I would say I was never a successful public speaker. I remember my very first debate in front of my whole school. I cried like the whole time. So I was frozen so much in fear. I cried. Someone literally had to walk me off the stage like, okay, it's fine. So public speaking was never my thing, but then just keep trying. And then as I got better, now I'm giving this interview and you just said, you sound very ambitious and all of that. And so as you keep trying, you learn, but I think that's the very first, the thing I want everyone to do is you learn by doing. You can't learn in your comfort zone. So just push yourself a bit, try something new. Research always helps as well, learn about the different things you could change. Right? Because I definitely know that part of my problem initially was just lack of research. I wasn't being proactive enough in learning, in finding out, what different ways can I do this? How can I learn to do this? How can I learn to speak in this way? How can I learn to get my point across? So, attending webinars, attending workshops, investing in myself as well, right? Investing in myself. If I see something I realize, okay, this is what I need right now, I will absolutely do that. So that's definitely one way I've helped myself overcome imposter syndrome. The very first one is being confident and outspoken. From a more African culture, you're not exactly supposed to talk back to your elders. If you're in a room and you're the youngest person, you kind of should respect everyone in there, listen, be kind of a support system. But here, then you're counted as you're not confident, you're not sure what you want, you're just, you're confused. But, when you get to assessment centers, what they're telling you is actually be outspoken, try and be the leader, work in a team or be independent, those kind of little things. And honestly, some things really as little as looking people in the eye when you're talking, right? In some cultures, it's frowned upon. But here, if you're in an interview and you're not looking people in the eye, it's like, hello, are you there? kind of thing. So just those little cultural differences and, keep your head down, do your work. Maybe your work will speak for itself. But no, here in the UK, they're saying actually be visible, shout about your work, share your wins kind of thing. So those are really where some people get it wrong and they don't realize that, look, by holding all of this back, you're not showing yourself as the MVP that the company needs or that the employer is looking for. You honestly have no excuse anymore not to know. If you don't like reading, there are audiobooks. If you don't like audiobooks, you have people doing great podcasts. There's YouTube, social media, there's blogs, webinars and workshops everywhere you look. There's so much information out there. If you just take the initiative to look for what you need, you'll be surprised what's coming your way.